Hey everybody, welcome back to the annual Clone Army video, and this year for January 2025. Excited to show where I'm at. It didn't get a whole lot larger from last year. Really didn't get many Lego sets, but have just been really looking into customs a lot, so that'll be mostly the new things you see. And then I also decided to make dioramas for a lot of my different clone legions, but I've touched so many different areas of customs in terms of UV printing, pad printing, and decaling. So excited to show you what I've got. All right, before we get into the animated clones here to start, all the customs you do see are 100% official Lego besides the helmets. Those are the only things that aren't going to be official Lego. Here we got Keeley, Phil, Bly, a couple different Rexes from some of the older sets, and then some of the named 501st clones, a couple Codys from the older sets, and then a good group of Coruscant Guard. All right, got some Bond Squad troopers from the battle pack. Got Gree, Wolf Pack Trooper, Commander, some Horn Company ARF troopers, pilots, Ranker Battalion ARF troopers, and then some ARCs. And then we've got animated Phase 2 501st. And then this is just my old collection of grunts. And back here we got all my animated Jedi and other characters like Senate guards. Back here we have the OG clone troopers, so I have a fair amount of customs for these two. A lot of these are UV printed, and then mixed with official too, like the 327th Commander, and then a lot of the Phase 2 grunts and shock troopers. And then those two there are some of the updated OG clone troopers, and then got some Jedi in back there as well. And then for my newer Phase 2s, just have a good collection of grunts and some other customized troopers. So we got some of the named commanders up front. And then we got some ARF troopers, some recon troopers, some airborne grunts, and some heavy grunts, and then a couple gunners. Then some of the realistic P1s from the older battle pack. Have a fair amount of those, and then a bunch of commanders too, and some troops I didn't know what to do with, so just have some custom, dark red and light blue troopers I just threw back there. Hawkbat Battalion, some clone pilots, and then two of the older Phase 1s. And then here's just all the non-animated Jedi I have that don't have their own clone legion. All right, so now we'll get into the specific Phase 2 clone legions, and we'll start here with the 41st and 9th. Just made a little Kashyyyk beachfront display with Luminara, Padawan, Gree, and Yoda. Then we got some of the named troops in back, and some planes, and then some 9th Assault Corps. Got the 7th Legion here with Commander Faye and Quinlan Voss, also on Kashyyyk, a little bit further up at the beach. Then Geonosis, we got 187th with Mace Windu, where the fighter tank is based out of, and then we've got Tango Company below them, and those are all decaled troops. And then we've got the 91st Recon with Gali and Mace Windu and Neo, with a bunch of 91st troops, and then we got Pons with some of his ARF troopers. Displays based on Seleucami as well, and then just a bunch of grunts. And then we are moving on to Felucia with the 327th. Nice little display here. Liked a lot of the plant life I did, but we got Bly, Ayla Secura, and then a whole bunch of grunts. We got 212th on Uda Power here with grunts and some customized troops, and then Cody Obi-Wan leading it with Boiler and Waxer too. We've got the Wolf Pack on Lola Sayud, the big volcano planet with Wolf, Plo Koon, And then the named Wolfpack clones, and then good amount of grunts. Then we got 21st Nova Corps with Bakara, Mundi, on a destroyed bridge, and Magneto. Have a good amount of Marines, only 4 Arcac, the rest are using, just actual official Lego pieces that match the body and legs. Got the 332nd Company in Mandalore with Vaughn and Ahsoka in the throne room. And then just a bunch of grunts from the battle pack. And then moving on to the smaller displays here, we've got the Trauma Company Squad. These are all CAC. And then we've got Commander Devis. I was reading up on, he was on a snow planet, so just made a little snow planet. And then we got Doom with some of his troopers in that cool little hallway you see in the Clone Wars. And then we've got Keeley and I'm Gonna Die, as well as the Jedi. Got the 13th Battalion in a little Venator hallway with Cal Kestis. We've got Hauser and his clones where he does his little standoff. We've got the Anaxis troopers with Custom Commander and Mace Windu. We've got Horn Company, of which these are on a little farm in Ryloth, and then these are actually all decaled, so I think they were decaled pretty well, which I'm happy with. And then we got 42nd with Plo Koon on Cato Nemoidia. We've got Mayday in a rundown area. 87th on a nice little Naboo build with a couple different clone trooper types from Battlefront. Then we've got the 5th Fleet just hanging out in front of a clone base. Tried a couple different building techniques on this. Got a Camino hallway with Shak-Chi, some of the Camino troops. Ordered Pick a Brick online, got the wrong window pieces rip. Commander Gray on a snow planet you see in the Bad Batch. And then we have one of my favorite things I've made is my own Senate chamber. I have my own little Chancellor's podium area with the repulsor pods. I got Masameta, Palpatine, and then a Senate troop, both of which are custom. And then, decided to display all my Coruscant Guard troops on the repulsor pods. So you see I've just about every relevant Coruscant, most of the Coruscant Guard commanders in Phase 2. And then that lieutenant's from the Bad Batch. The only guy I'm missing and waiting for still is just Sergeant Hound with the ARF Trooper helmet. Haven't been able to find that yet. And then just a couple of my own senators, and I'll be adding more as I get more in the future to the repulsor pods. We, of course, had the Bad Batch with their own little display. We got the whole crew, including Omega and even Amiri. We got some clone commandos. And then the clone commandos you might know a little bit more from Republic Commandos, just taking on a droid facility. Then some of my favorite customs back to Camino with the Rancor Battalion ARC Troopers. We've got my favorite ship in my whole collection, my recolored Munilus 10 gunship. With, the whole Munilus 10 squad with the ARC Troopers and the pilots. I'll eventually want to upgrade the helmets a little bit. Really hope somebody eventually makes the realistic Phase 1 helmets for the Munilus 10 squad. For all the other clones that I'm not going to make dioramas for, I made my own custom display stand here. Just featuring all my other customs. And, most of these are either from GCC or CAC. That's primarily where I get the customs. But I've explored so many other different people too. So if you have any questions about any of the customs, just drop a comment below. Like, these are from Trooper Labs. I'm excited to see what he produces in the future. But yeah, just a lot of CAC, a lot of GCC, good amount of Jonak toys as well. And then here's some miscellaneous CAC. And then I have some decal troops here. That's my own custom legion I made. And then some decaled Helldivers. Bunch of Geonosian clones, Levitt. And then my first customs ever as a kid. More views of the Munilus 10 gunship because it's epic as hell. And then wrapping up, of course, with the best clone unit, the 501st Legion. My biggest clone unit. My favorite, probably your favorite too. Just made a nice little display for them based out of the Jedi Temple stairs. So got some of the Jedi statues here. And yeah, getting into it, we got Rex up front. We've got Echo with decaled helmet. We got Fives from GCC, Jesse, some of the other named commanders up front. And then you'll see, I honestly leave a comment if you don't see any named 501st Clone Trooper here, but I have just about every named 501st Trooper, and a good amount of those are decaled too. So some comms troopers, Boomer, some specialized troopers like jet troopers, some of the sergeants, and then just a bunch of the battle pack grunts. On the other side of the army, we got Yularen with a bunch of customized troopers. So I wanted to make my 501st have just about every trooper you can imagine. So I have heavies, barks, ARFs, engineers, sharpshooters, just about every different custom unit you could imagine. And then in back, just a bunch of grunts again. And the last third of the army, we got Anakin with, just custom commando arcish squad of 501st troopers. A bunch of the heavies from the battle pack that came out. And then just, a lot more grunts behind them. So that will just about do it for the minifigure portion of the army. Like I said, it maybe got about 15% bigger, but I really only have been looking into customs the past year because, no new battle packs came out recently. So moving the vehicles now, of course, the UCS Venator. And heading down to the basement now for my Republic Army clone Lego sets. Not sure if I actually did get any new sets compared to last year. So I'll kind of just rapid fire these off. Got some fighter tanks up front, whole bunch of different speeders you'll see from sets and battle packs, some cannons, swamp speeders, custom 501st fighter tank there, bunch of different ATRTs, clone turbo tank from the Clone Wars, ATTE from the Clone Wars, some outbuilds of the new battle pack that I actually liked. And then we've got the new ATTE, ATOT. That's an alt build of that ATTE. And same with that UTAT, which isn't really an alt build, but based off that set. And then the ATTP there you see is another alt build of the ATTE. Then I've got an old ATP back there. Got my fleet here. You'll see, a bunch of gunships, some custom gunships, some alt builds. And then at the end here, those are all the older Clone Wars sets. So Venator, Attack Shuttle, Arc, and Frigate. So that's the 2025 Clone Army. Reflecting back, I don't think I actually added a single official Lego set compared to last year, but just made my own custom dioramas for my clones and got a lot of different custom clones. But looking forward to this upcoming year. There's a lot of good clone sets that are coming out, so hopefully you stick around and tune in for the 2026 Clone Army in a year.